Victorine was a high flyer, working for some of the world's biggest brands.
I felt at that moment that I was ready. Financially, morally, of course, I was going through the self-doubt, but I was really ready. That was the moment when I gave her my lipstick and she was wearing it proudly. She was like, girl, you gotta do it. She said that to me. And then that was my period. I knew that I needed to make it in 3 years. If I don't make it, I have to go back to, 9 to 5. And what we are known for is the versatility of our products, even the lipsticks.
From meeting Michelle Obama to starting what she envisions to be one of Africa's biggest beauty brands, to staying true to who she is.
Hi everyone, my name is Victorine Sarr. I'm from Senegal, but based in Ghana. I'm the founder and CEO of Live Cosmetics.
This is Herstory.
I'm from Senegal, Dakar, Dakar the capital. Actually was born there, born and bred until, let's say, my 20s, and then I left for France. I did my upper studies there, my master's in a business school named IEG, Institut Supérieur de Gestion, which is basically an institute for business school. Had my master's there, got a major in luxury marketing, and then after that I went for my MBA in New York City. I got there a strategy marketing MBA, and so right after that I was lucky to be hired by Apple back in Paris. When I started with them, I was so excited. It's Apple. It was one of my dreams. But I kept telling them then that this is, marketing is my thing. That's what I studied in school. That's what I want to do for you. So I just, did whatever I had to do to get there. And so I was very happy to move into the marketing department after 6 months. And so, so that's what I did for 4 years with them. And then after that, I was very tired of the Parisian life. I wanted to go back to Africa. And thank God, again, L'Oreal was looking for somebody to head the office in West Africa, but based in Dakar. So I just took the opportunity to go back home, to be closer to my parents, and just start a new challenge, different industry. You go from tech to beauty, which was not me at that time. I was not into beauty at all, and so for me it was just like something I like to just challenge myself. And so I went back to Dakar in 2012, and then I was the head of marketing and sales for them for 3.5 years, and I quit my job in 2015 basically to start my own business. That was a very difficult part, period of my life, to be honest. I don't talk about it a lot because it just gets me back to those emotions. But basically, I'm a very stubborn person, right? I'm very stubborn since childhood. We debate in our household, we debate on anything. And so my parents just, they put that in me. And so everything that I accomplish in life, I just sat with them, and then we talk it out. And when I get to this point, and I sat them down and I tell them about this, and they had this whole different, attitude, which I've never seen from them. I am very close to my parents. They tell me everything, and so they were like, no, you can't do it. And basically, it's like I'm asking you permission, and no, I'm telling you, no, you can't do something. It's my life. And the thing is, we talked about everything, the business side of it, right? It's like a pitch, did the whole pitch, explain everything, but still they were like, no, is this crazy, don't do it. I'm like, okay, I'm still gonna do it. I had a lot of savings, I invested in stock. I'm ready to take all of that to start a new life, and then actually plan for 3 years to pay myself with those savings. And so I'm not asking you even money. At that time, I even stopped asking them for money. I was already financially independent. So I'm not asking you for money, I'm just asking you for support, moral support. But still that you can't give me. And so, yeah, I just had to follow my guts. So when I quit, actually, how did it happen? So I started telling them about leave in 2015, right? And then I applied for the Mandela Washington Fellowship that same year, and I got accepted. I think I knew in March, and I knew I was going to go in June. So for that, I just asked for like a month. I think I asked for a month or 6 weeks of leave. They gave it to me. They were happy to let me go and then come back and then, like come back with new ideas. That was the plan. By that time, I already knew I wanted to go because at that time I was already in the market survey, gathering the data. So that was actually the project that I presented when I went to interview for the Mandela Fellowship. Because when you apply for the business track, they ask you what's your project, what do you want to do when you go back to your country. When you come back from the fellowship. And so I went with that project, telling them how I live and all that because I was already quite advanced in the project. And so for me, it was just because I'm also very religious, and then I pray a lot about things before starting them. And I felt at that moment that I was ready, financially, morally. Of course, I was going through the self-doubt, but I was really ready. And then I just felt like God was talking to me in a sense, like, go girl, you're gonna do it. And I'm happy I listened to that voice. When I went to DC, I got the chance, because it's a chance to be selected. I think we were 8 to go to the White House, meet with Barack and Michelle. I talked to Michelle for like 30 minutes. I gave her my lipstick, and that was the moment when I gave her my lipstick and she was wearing it proudly. She was like, girl, you gotta do it. She said that to me. I'm like, oh my God. Who am I to say no to Michelle Obama, And so she even did more than that. She sent me some contacts of some of her friends, female investors in DC that I got to meet. And then one of them actually stood out to her. She's because of course she just they need to know you, right? And so she wanted to be involved in the company. And so came back to Dakar in September, October. So my last, I gave them my resignation letter in October. And so they could not believe it. And I was transparent. I told them I'm starting my company, and it's a beauty company. Do you realize? And so my boss was so happy. She tried for like 2 months, to get me to stay. But I left, and then, but I wanted to leave also in good condition.
Coming up.
And that was my period. I knew that I needed to make it in 3 years. If I don't make it, I have to go back to, 9 to 5. And we got our first contract thanks to a fellow from South Africa, actually. And it was a distribution contract, just like in the British over here in Joburg. So they bought from us. I think at that time we only had 2 colors. The blue one that I gave to Michelle Obama, and purple one. And so we started with those 2 colors, but then it was sold out. She I think at that time she ordered 500 units of the lipsticks, and then it was sold out in a month. And so I was able to just keep it going like that. And then after 8 months we went from 2 products to 12. And so just like that, we had no debt, no external capital. It was like just the Indian investment from the beginning. And so yes, I just continued like that. Only started making profit after 2 years. Yes, so it's simple. You just you work on your operational costs, you work on your, at that time I did not have any employees. The good decision I made was to hire a PR. So it was basically just me and the PR, because we wanted the brand to be known, but like by professionals first, to talk about us because they use the product. So we sent them out to, magazines, makeup artists, celebrities. And so those people, they use the products, people believe them. So that was, I think, up to today, I think about it, that was like one smart decision that I did at the beginning. So that she was my only, cost. I did not have rent, and then production, I was just, managing with already what I had. And so, I was able to pay her with my savings, the money that I actually, how do you put it? When you space the money through like 3 years, like how am I supposed to live and all the costs, I calculated all of that for 3 years. And that was my period. I knew that I needed to make it in 3 years. If I don't make it, I have to go back to, 9 to 5 and get money again. Because I really put all my savings in it. That was a huge risk, but I did it. So basically, we stayed in the line of lips for 4.5 years, but then we just found a way to diversify in that. So in lips also, it's very diverse. So we did lipsticks, lip glosses, lip stains, even myself, I learned a lot. Vinyl lip lacquer, lip liners. It's like a whole new word. And then different colors too. So we are known for our rich colors, very pigmented colors. That go, of course, match very well with dark skin, even like light skin, any people of color. And so we were just playing with those colors, the different type of lip products, and we did a special collection, 2 different special collections with influencers. So that also helped with the brand, awareness, recognition, and everything. We got some big celebrities also who are our lipstick, like Nicki Minaj in the US, actresses in the US, some TV presenters in Ghana too, in Senegal, and some of the celebrities there. What I wanted, as a business person, to just stay in the business in that period, that allowed me to also, know how to work with it. Because, mind you, this is new for me. Like, I'm starting as an entrepreneur. I was not an entrepreneur. So for me, I decided to take my time to learn how the business can sustain itself by itself without any, external, again, capital. For me, it was important to take that approach so that, I'm ready for anything. When we are done with that, we can go to the next step on a more solid, background. To be transparent, we went from like having to around $200,000 revenue to like 50,000 because of COVID. The first year of COVID. But then after, I think 2021, so we went from that to 150 in a year. Thanks to influencing marketing. That was it. And so, of course, we used that to, with the benchmarking, to invest in, entering a new segment in the business. And so we had to shift our whole business model. We were doing B2B. Remember, we had contracts like wholesale contracts. And people were not going to shops anymore. 80% B2B, we had to switch from that to basically B2C in a way. We use, I think, 6 months to construct a whole e-commerce platform. we did the collection, the first collection with an influencer, and so that's how we were able to actually survive for that period. And so I started, of course, you see the trends, right? You do a lot of benchmarking, and then you see that skincare is on the rise, and then it just makes sense. Skincare is the beginning. You need a good skin anyway for your makeup to be flawless. And then I was like, okay, maybe skincare is the next step. I was praying again about it, and God told me, you gotta do it. And so I think everything just aligned. I was in Accra, Ghana at that time. Got the factory. I always wanted to do a local production because remember at the beginning we were producing in the Northern America, and so got the factory, got the chemists, got all the people, got the raw materials, the ingredients right in front of me. So it was just for me perfect, and then we started.
Coming up,
I wish that I listened to myself like sooner, for a lot of things in my life, but because of society, self-doubt, circumstances, right, you tend to actually give up on what it is your first time. It took us a whole year to do all the testing, the certification, because we are certified FDA in Ghana and in the US, and so we can sell anywhere in the world. So even the certification alone, it takes like 2 months, and so of course you need to do feasibility tests, viability tests, a lot of things. And so we knew, because from the get-go, what we are known for is the versatility of our products. Even the lipsticks, one lipstick, like a lip stain, you could use for eyeliner, eyeshadow, and blush. So from the get-go, that's our added value. So we needed to continue in that line. And so we knew that the skincare, we also needed to disrupt it, because I was looking at a lot of videos, like these girls that are sitting in front of the screen talking about like 10, 12 products doing different things. Like, this is not sustainable. And so I went to the data again, and I saw that this is actually not sustainable. The numbers show that most of these people, they start the process, they start the skincare routine, but they never end it. Right, and so it even says after 6 weeks, 89% of people stop. Because it's not sustainable. Nobody has the time every day, morning and evening, to go through 8 steps. Today we talk about 8 steps of the skincare routine. Some talk about 6. Anyway, it's still a lot. So we needed to change that. And so we thought of the type of products we wanted to roll out. So the first product of the skincare range is a cleanser. It's a bi-phase cleanser. Bi-phase means 2 solutions, water and oil. And so that solution, what it does is that it removes your makeup, washes your face at the same time because of the water solution, cleanses it. So some people also can do double cleansing, and then it also leaves the skin hydrated, because most of the time when either you remove your makeup or you just wash, it leaves the face dry, and we do not want that. And so of course in the tests we made it possible for all skin types. We wanted it to be for everybody. We don't want to put out different products for different skin types. Dry, oily, combination, acne prone, even the sensitive skins. And I'll come back to that, because we say that we are a clean beauty business. Clean for what? Because of what? Because it's natural, it's organic. And that's why we went with that organic skincare route. That one, you know that there's no waste, there's 0% toxic ingredients in the product. So basically, that explains the fact that the skin type can use it. And then this, I think they put it at 0.9, not even 9, 0.09% of risk for skin damage or something. I think we started talking to investors, VC funds after 3 years. You know, a lot of talk, of course. A lot of talk. People are interested in the business, but then also something I've learned, you know, because you are so excited, you want people to join, to give you money, a lot of money, talking about, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars. But thank God I did not, you know, go into that, because those people, of course, they take equity, but they also take a lot of your brand identity, and they try to dilute it with their own ideas and the things that they want to accomplish, which most of the time are the opposite of what you're trying to, you know, to do for the business. And so, yeah, so those were the temptations of that period of time. So I was like, of course, I have mentors, you know, coaches that advise me, especially finance, because finance, again, is not my forte. I've learned it in school, but I know my forte. I know my not forte. And so I just get people around me who understand those things better than me, and they, you know, they advise me to do this thing rather than the other thing. It's been 1.5 years since we started this skincare, and we know that we are onto something here. So we just want to expand that range, and yeah, and see what the word of business is. But I think we want to stay in skincare and possibly just mixing the two skincare together. We're in France already, because I also spend like half of my life there. So for me, it's just also, you know, it makes sense. And then there's a lot of diaspora there, you know, people who actually understand what we are doing. Anything is up for grabs, you know. The US, a lot of African Americans, a lot of Latinas, you know. So yeah, we really open for whoever, you know, because we manufacture good products, and who doesn't want something good? You gotta believe in yourself, you know. I think that's the one thing that if you take it your whole life, that should guide you for any decision that you're gonna make, personal, professional. If you believe in yourself, you can actually accomplish anything. So yeah, that would be the message I want to put out there. Believe in yourself, you know, listen to yourself. I wish that I listened to myself like sooner, you know, for a lot of things in my life, but because of society, self-doubt, circumstances, right, you tend to actually give up on what it is your first idea. And when you think about it after like a while, you see that your first idea is always the good one, the best one. Be yourself. Be yourself. That's the best advice in everything, you know. It has to be you, you know. Even when you are doing, you know, I like to sometimes. I was talking to my husband 2 days ago, and I was telling him. So I was moderating this panel yesterday, and I was like, babe, this is like a serious panel. It's business and economic opportunity. Should I just be like serious and not, you know? He said, babe, be yourself, you know. And in everything that I do, I try to incorporate who I am. It could be in the way I dress, the way I talk, the way I run things, the way, it has to be you. And that's how you differentiate yourself too. I mean, you are different from, we are all unique. And then you need to find that superpower of yours and then you use it in everything that you do.
Next time,
you build something. What I want to do now is hand it over to some young people and let them drive it, because that is not me anymore. I've already built it. Now I want to hand it over to the next generation and I continue doing something else.